Today, we're diving into an open source tool that's been making some serious waves in the IT world. It's called vJailbreak. And yeah, with a name like that, it's promising a way out for anyone feeling a little trapped by VMware lately. Okay, let's just get real for a minute. Every single IT pro knows this truth deep down. Virtualization is amazing, but it's also a trap. On the one hand, you get all this incredible flexibility, this amazing efficiency. But the price you pay? It's that creeping vendor lock-in, the absolute nightmare of licensing, and costs that just seem to go up and up. So this has been a low-grade headache for years, right? But what flipped the switch? Why is everyone suddenly scrambling for the exit sign on an ecosystem they've built their careers on? Well, here's your answer. Before 2023, VMware was just the way things were done. You didn't question it. But then, late last year, the Broadcom acquisition happened, and that sent a massive shockwave through the entire industry. All of a sudden, finding an alternative wasn't just a nice-to-have project. For a lot of folks, it became a business survival strategy. And into that chaos steps vJailbreak. It's this open-source project that's offering a potential lifeline. And man, its timing couldn't have been better. It's like it showed up right when everyone started looking for that escape hatch.
Now here's what's really smart about vJailbreak. It's not trying to be a new VMware. It's not a replacement for your whole infrastructure. No, it's something much cleverer. It's a bridge. Its whole purpose is to give you a practical, usable tool to get your virtual machines from the closed-off world of vSphere over to the wide-open world of OpenStack.
So how does it pull that off? Well, it takes what is usually a super complex, script-heavy nightmare and boils it down to these 5 pretty straightforward steps. And the best part? It's all managed through a single graphical interface. It's designed to take all the manual pain and guesswork out of the migration. Okay, so let's get into what vJailbreak gets right, because honestly, there's a lot of good news here. For an open source project that's still growing, the amount of stuff it nails right out of the gate is pretty impressive. You can really tell the developers focused on what actually matters to admins. The UI makes the whole process feel way less intimidating. It automates the absolute worst parts of a manual migration, stuff like converting disk formats or hunting down the right drivers, and having those health checks at the end, that is a huge sigh of relief. And then we get to the price tag. For any company staring down a massive VMware renewal bill, this number is just beautiful $0. No licensing fees, no per VM migration taxes. In a world of complicated enterprise software agreements, 0 is a pretty powerful number. But you knew there was a but coming, right? No tool is a magic wand, especially not a maturing open source one. So to give you the full picture, we have to talk about the reality check, the current challenges, and the growing pains that the first wave of users have been running into. And nothing tells that story better than hearing from people in the trenches. Check this out. It's from an admin on Reddit. They're describing a situation where they hit a snag, and the fix involved dropping down to the command line. That's a perfect example of where the smooth, friendly UI can suddenly hit a bit of a wall. And that experience can lead to moments like this, which is just a gut-wrenching question for any admin. Your dashboard is lit up like a Christmas tree, screaming failure, but when you dig into the command line logs, everything looks fine? So who do you believe? The GUI or the text file? That kind of confusion can really sap your confidence in a tool.
So if we put it all together, these are the main friction points right now. You've got those moments where you have to use the command line, some weird networking issues that can pop up, and that whole UI versus the logs confusion. And on top of that, the community is still pretty small, so you can't always just post a question and get an answer in 5 minutes.
But here's the thing, and this is a really, really big but. The story absolutely does not end there. In fact, this is where it gets exciting, because this project is moving fast, and the developers are clearly listening. And here is the proof. Just look at the release notes for the latest version. It's like a checklist of all the problems we just talked about. That first one, a new button in the UI to handle the cutover, that literally fixes the exact issue that Redditor was complaining about. That's not just progress, that's a sign of a really healthy, responsive project. Okay, so let's tie this all together. Time for the verdict. Is vJailbreak the escape hatch you've been looking for? Is this your ticket out? The answer is a strong yes, with a few conditions. Look, vJailbreak is a fantastic fit if you need a cheap way to get to OpenStack and you want a tool that does most of the heavy lifting with a nice UI. But you've got to go in with your eyes open. It's not a complete easy button just yet. You're still going to need someone on your team who understands networking, isn't afraid to troubleshoot from the command line, and knows to trust the logs when the UI gets confused. You know, when you boil it all down, vJailbreak is more than just a piece of software. It's really about a shift in mindset. It's a challenge to the idea that you just have to accept vendor lock-in forever. So the real question isn't just about a tool, it's about you. If you feel trapped in your ecosystem right now, well, this project might just live up to its name.